So Adam, here we are opening weekend. It feels like it's been 10 years making this movie. Does it feel that way to you too, or is it just me?
Yeah, it feels like a long time coming. It's, I don't know, what's it been, 2.5, 3 years?
2.5 years.
You know, when you do a documentary, I always tell people if you do an independent comedy, like I've done a few of, you have 19 days to shoot it or 26 days to shoot it. It's just run, you know, it's a full sprint.
Did you just say documentary? How
Sorry.
many times have I said don't use the word documentary?
You're right. I make documentaries, and I make documentaries over the course of 2 years. I've also done, rom-coms, and they take 20 days. It's something you can pick up and put down. So for us, you know, Dennis does 1,000 things. I do 1,000 things. You do 1,000 things. So this was one of those things where get together, not see each other for a week, get together again, not see each other.
We were in Washington, D.C. at that congressional hearing. It feels like that was like 5 years ago.
I know. Time is such a bizarre, well, obviously we constructed it, so we can also kind of deconstruct it.
Right.
And a lot of time zones and overnight flights and red eyes and stuff, and it all just comes apart. Like
so if I could tell one story on you, at the congressional hearing, we're all back in the green room, and it was you and Nadine Strawson, the ACLU person, and Ben Shapiro. And Ben had like 14 pages single-spaced, and he read really fast. And you were in there with a yellow legal pad 5 minutes before, right? And you're like, I think I'll say this, I think I'll say this.
Yeah, you know, it was funny. I took great notice of that. And so Ben is an A student. I mean, he is Doogie Howser, right? I mean, he was heading off to Harvard.
It was based on him, right, the show?
It should have been. Either way, he is that guy. I mean, he's that guy. And I am a horrible student and was kind of a jock in high school. And I was a bad student. So you take those same tendencies into life and into work and into Congress, you know, and he was taking his good student in, I was taking my bad student in, and I remember distinctly, I know you're using a little hyperbole with 14 pages, but they said, you have 5 minutes. And I looked at Ben and he had 5 pages typed all out, and I was like, okay, that's a minute a page. He's timed this out to a minute a page. He's gonna do it verbatim, a minute a page. And that's what he had. And I had my steno pad, and I was like drawing, I'd go like, I want to talk about this, and I'm like, oh, no, I'll put that at the end. I'd draw like an arrow down to the bottom with a smiley face.
Astronauts, gravity.
Yeah, and then at the top, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna do beads. And it's such a weird, I'm such a bad student that I was like, I'm busy all week, busy, and I was like, when am I gonna prepare what I'm gonna say in front of Congress? And I was like, I got a 5-hour airplane ride over there. I'll just do it on the airplane. Went on the plane, had a few drinks, fell asleep.
It was street smarts and book smarts.
Right.
That hearing between the two of you.
Right, and then also I was like, I hope I don't have to go after Doogie Howser, because he's going to get up there and do like his oral presentation and knock it out of the ballpark, and I did have to go after him. But
okay, now we did screw up on one thing, which was you had no second floor in your house growing up.
Yes.
Right, the first thing you tell me is, I never had that stairway to walk down.
Yeah, in the movie, I come down the stairs, Mom's on the sofa, and it was funny because I lived in a very small house that then got in North Hollywood, which, well, I'll leave it up to you if you think it was a good house or a bad house. It sold for $680,000. Now picture that, anyone around the country. $680,000 3 years ago in North Hollywood, and was bulldozed to the ground to build an entirely ground-up house.
So what was it like to see young you on the screen? How did you feel the first time you saw that?
People have been commenting that the actor you use kind of looks like my son, Sonny, so I thought that was kind of fun. The thing about the film that I like, not a documentary, the film, is that it's got so many different elements to it, the reenactments, the cartoons, the different shifting of the textures and the venues and things like that, made it feel fast-paced,
Yeah.
lively, and not that sort of thing where like the talking head drones on. So.
Sort of a film for the ADD generation.
Yeah,
Would you say?
it moved, and also it's hard to get people to settle in for 95 minutes these days. You know, they want explosions and car chases and action.
I screened for the head of this big radio conglomerate, and they said, "Now, how many times have you seen the film?" And I said, "Like 50." And they said, "Well, you can do your email next door while we watch it." And I said, "No, I want to watch it with you guys. Like, I really want to watch it the 51st time." I really
Right.
can't say that about most movies that I've ever worked on.
Yeah, outside of porn,
Well.
and that was a brief chapter in your career. It's almost what?
It was early.
Yeah.
You have to
Well,
do
by the
stuff.
way, 14 years, that doesn't define a man. Or almost 15, 14, whatever it is.
Wow.
It doesn't define a career, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
Okay. Well, so
But you
you know
enjoy
what? Turn the page. Turn the page. I shouldn't even brought it up. It's just it's so
I
so
haven't
much a
shared
part of
that
your.
part of my career with my wife, so now she's going to go.
All right. Well, again, 14 years does not define a man's career. I mean, unless it's athletics, in which case it's a long career. And okay. Anyway, let's move forward.
That's it.
Yes, I like. I've seen it a bunch of times too, and I enjoy watching it. Again, because at the time we were watching it, it was changing each time we saw it. Number one, and then number two, I like watching it with people because I enjoy their reactions.
Yeah. Last thing, about a month ago, I got an email from you saying, "This is the last time I'm going to say this. Change the tape on the Statue of Liberty's mouth."
Yes, the Statue of Liberty. Well, to be fair to me, it's me yelling at my assistant to write this while I'm in the car. So I don't
Tell
really,
Mark Joseph.
I don't write angry emails myself.
Right.
I yell through Bluetooth
Right.
at my assistant. You tell him I'm not going to bring this up again. I'm tired of bringing this up. The tape on the mouth
Right.
had a sort of camouflage kind of pattern to it, and it wasn't reading like duct tape or something you would take a hostage with.
Right.
It bumped me.
Right.
And I was like, I liked the poster, wanted to tweak the yield sign, the old
Yeah.
yield
We got
sign
rid
we
of
had. We got rid of that, and then the tape was the last to
That was
go.
the last objection.
But I think,
Turned out
I think,
okay,
I think
right?
it works now. It played like something other than what we were saying before. So
I mean,
that's
this,
that.
this poster probably took 3 months.
Yes.
Just so
But-
people know how long this stuff takes. Everybody giving an opinion,
Right.
and but I think it turned out okay.
Listen, I like a guy who can take a crappy email. I've gotten a lot of crappy emails in my life, mostly from Kimmel.
Right.
But I like a guy who can take a crappy email. And
Well-
Mark's he's on the Mount Rushmore of absorbing bad emails.
Crappy emails. Well, it was a lot of fun.